Southwest? Zach? Texas. That's a good state.
New Mexico.
New Mexico. That's a good state. That's one of the Southwest. Do you know one, Paige? You know one?
Arizona.
Arizona. That's good.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
And
Do you remember anything from those states? Anything special? What about you, Zach?
I want to say Arizona.
Arizona, that's good. That's what Royale said, but that's right too. What did you? You want to learn about the Texas? We learned about the Texas. Do you remember anything from the Texas? Royale? Wasn't the Alamo in the Texas? The Alamo. You remember they fought in the Battle of the Alamo? And that they have a big museum in Texas where everybody can go visit and walk through, right? Wasn't that a fact? That everybody should go visit the Alamo Museum in Texas?
Yes.
What about Oklahoma? What was in Oklahoma? Didn't they have the Carlsbad Cavern or something like that? Is that what they had there? They didn't? What did they have in the Oklahoma? What did they have in Oklahoma, you guys?
Matthew, what was in Oklahoma?
Horses.
Okay, horses remind you of the what, though? What was in, what did they talk about was in Oklahoma, though? You go there and see what museum? Tell them, Zach.
The Western Museum?
Mm-hmm.
You go in Oklahoma to see the Western Museum with all the horses?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you do. That's what you just told me. You go there for the museum and the horses and the cowboys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that what the museum there was for? What was the name of the museum? Does anybody remember? I don't remember. I forgot what it was. But it's a cowboy museum, and where all the cowboys are.
She did say that.
What about, what's another state that we did? So in Texas, there was the Alamo, right, with the battle. Is everyone? So the Alamo was in Texas. In Oklahoma City, there was the horses in the horse museum. What else? What's another state? Arizona. What was in Arizona?
Yes. I'm good. How are you?
Mm.
What was it? Yes, it was the Grand Canyon. In Arizona, there was the big Grand Canyon. Does everyone remember what he's talking about? In Arizona, there's the big Grand Canyon that has the big gorge and rocky cliffs. And everybody goes there for whitewater rafting, camping. They go there for all the fun stuff. Do you remember that, Zach? The Grand Canyon in Arizona? The big Grand Canyon, the big, where the Colorado River went through. And everybody can go camp, and they could go whitewater rafting, and it's really fun. What's another city that we were talking about? So in the Southwest that we were talking about, we talked about the Alamo. In Oklahoma, we talked about the Cowboy Museum. In Arizona, we talked about the Grand Canyon. What's another state that we mentioned that was in the Southwest? New Mexico. What was in New Mexico? Does anybody remember? What was it? Huh?
Okay, give me your
Oh, okay. So Zach said that the Carlsbad Cavern was in New Mexico. Is that correct?
I'm pretty sure she went.
Is that right? Is that correct? So the Carlsbad Cavern was in New Mexico. Good job, Zach. Who lives in the Carlsbad Cavern, everyone? Do you remember? Who lives in there? Bats. Good job, Zach. Everybody. Zach said that bats live in the Carlsbad Cavern. Do you remember that from New Mexico? Oh, the bats. That's cool. I thought that was cool. So what's another state that we talked about in the Southwest? So we've talked about what? Texas. What was in Texas? The Alamo. What was in Arizona? What was in Arizona? The Grand Canyon. What was in New Mexico? Carlsbad Cavern with what in it? What was in there? The bats. Okay. Oklahoma City. What was in Oklahoma City? The Oklahoma City. What is it? The horses. Yes, the horses that are in New Mexico City with the horse museum. What other state was in the Southwest? Was that it? Is that all the states we talked about?
I think we only had one incident.
I believe that was it.
Just one?
It's Arizona.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Got Arizona.
So that's Arizona, New Mexico,
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Yeah, we did Oklahoma. Texas. I think we did.
That's it.
Well, good job, you guys. So that was, okay, that was a southwest region, right? How many regions are there?
5.
There's 5 regions. We've only learned about one, the southwest, right? Did we just start regions? We just started regions, right? Okay, so we've learned about one southwest region. And today we're learning about the southeast. And I'm waiting on this video to load, so I'm just trying to talk about what you guys know about the southwest before we start on something new. But like you said, the southwest region is a region of the United States. There's 5. We did the southwest, and today we're starting on the southeast. Do you guys want to just go ahead with the lesson, and then when the video just plays, we'll watch it? You sure? Does everybody on the same page with that? Alright, well, I'll just wait for that to load, and while that's loading, we'll just start talking about the southeast today, okay?
Okay.
Is everybody ready? So look, here was the 5, there were 5 regions, if everyone remembers. Let me pull out Royale's picture that he had over here.
So are you still?
Okay, so there are 5 regions that we've been talking about. We just talked about the southwest that we went over.
Okay.
See it? Here's Texas with the Alamo that was in it. Then there was Oklahoma City with the Carlsbad Cabin, no, the horses you told me about. And then in Arizona there was the Grand Canyon, right?
Yeah.
And then in the other state there's the Carlsbad Cabin, New Mexico. That was the southwest. Today we're talking about the southeast. Everybody, can you see it? The red? Do you see the red, Sarah? So we're talking about the southeast today because we've covered the southwest. So let's begin. Okay. Okay, so we're going to talk about some letters that Molly received from the southeast region because she wants to know about it. And so we're going to talk about Molly and the letters that she receives. Okay, so let's begin. It says that the southeast region has hot summers and mild winters. The Appalachian Mountains are smoky and are parts of the southeast. So there's 2 types of mountains in the southeast, and they're the Appalachian Mountains. How do you pronounce that again? Is that right? Appalachian? Okay. So who can tell me one name of a mountain that's in the southeast so far that we've just talked about? It's on the board. If you don't remember, just look up here on the board. What is it? Appalachian. See, the Appalachian and the Smoky Mountains are in the parts of the southeast. So those are 2 types of mountains that are there. Okay, so let's go on our first letter to Molly. Dear Molly, I live in Daytona, Florida. Daytona is a city along the Atlantic Ocean. The Daytona 500 NASCAR race is held here every year. Does anybody know what NASCAR is? Somebody tell me. What is it?
It's about racing.
It's about racing. Good job. It's about the cars and the racing. So NASCAR is a very popular sport of racing stock cars, is what you just told me, Zach. Sincerely, Jess. So who wrote this letter?
The southeast states, which
Who wrote this letter?
most of the states in the
Yeah, boy.
Confederacy.
Who wrote the letter? Jess wrote the letter. Good job. And who did she write this letter to?
Molly.
Why did she write the letter to Molly? Because she wanted to know about the southeast, right?
Right.
So she wanted to know about it. So she wrote a letter to Molly, Jessie did, and she said, in my letter is a map of my state. Can you find our capital and Daytona of the map? Sarah, would you like to come out and touch the star on the map, please? So in this letter, Jess included a picture of her state to Molly. Good job. That is the capital. Does everybody see what Sarah just touched?
Yeah.
It's a star. Thank you, Sarah. You can sit down. Thank you. Now the star. In most maps, a star is going to represent the capital. Okay? Is what Sarah just told us. The star represents the capital. So, can you find our state capital? Sarah just did that for us. It's Tallahassee. Tallahassee, Florida. That is the capital. And then it says, can you find Daytona on the map? You see the dot that says Daytona? What is in Daytona? We just talked about it.
It's in NASCAR.
Exactly. It's the 500 NASCAR race in Daytona. So, that's what's in Florida. Let's keep moving. Facts. Here's some facts about the Daytona. The Daytona 500 is one of NASCAR's most popular races. The racetrack is 2.5 miles long. How many miles is it, Zach? 2.5, right? The big race car track for all the cars that go really fast. 2.5 miles. That's a long way. The Daytona 500 is a 500-mile race, so they have to go around it a lot to get 500 miles if it's only 2 miles, right? That's a lot of circling. The race car drivers go around the track around 200 times. Look, how many times did they go around it? 200. They had to go around this track 200 times to get 500 miles because they were only the track is only 2 miles long. The Daytona 500 race is in February. When is it, Paige? I just read it. Read this for me. Race. So when is it? It's in February. Good job, Paige. So everybody, Paige just said that the Daytona Race 500 is in February. It's on the Daytona 500 race car track in NASCAR. It's 2.5 miles long, and it's a 500-mile race. So they have to go around it how many times? They have to go around it how many times? 200. They have to go around it 200 times to get the 500. Good job, Zach. Let's move on with our states. Dear Molly, I live in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Who lives in South Carolina? Who? Me. Good job. Me. Zach does. Do you live in South Carolina?
Yes.
Royale lives in South Carolina. We all live in South Carolina. Good job, Sarah. We all live in South Carolina. So we're going to write, Dear Molly, I live in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Who's been to the beach?
I have.
You've been to the beach. You've probably been to Myrtle, actually, so let's learn about it. A lot of people vacation in Myrtle Beach. It is a town along the Atlantic City. People like to go play in the sand and swim in the ocean. Your friend Keith. Who wrote this letter?
Keith.
And who did he write it to?
Molly.
Why did he write a letter to Molly?
Because you wanted to know it. Because you wanted to know about
Yes. He wanted to know, yes, good job. She wanted to know about the Southeast, so she messaged Keith and was like, what's going on down there? Okay, so in my letter is a map of my state. Can you find the capital and Myrtle Beach on the map? Who wants to come up to the board? Who else besides? You want to come up? You just answered a lot. You can come up, Zach. Just put your finger on the star. What does the star represent in a map, everyone?
Come on, man.
What does it represent, Paige? It represents Columbia. It's also the capital, right? That's what you just told me. I heard you say it. It's the capital. So in every map, the star represents the capital. Can you find Myrtle Beach on our map? Can you find it? Come on. Well, you're already standing. Yeah, well, both of you. It doesn't matter. Yeah, Myrtle Beach. Thank you. So, if you notice, where is Myrtle Beach on this? Isn't it right on the little line right here? You can sit down there. Thank you. It's right on the line, right? So what do you think would probably be over here? If they play in the sand and they play in the ocean, what's right here? The ocean, right? Because that's what they play in. So the ocean would be right here. Okay, so why do people visit South Carolina, you would think? We live here, but why do you think people would visit? Tell me.
They want to spend a vacation.
A lot of people vacation here, right? Why do they come to vacation? Why would they come to vacation? Because they like to play what? They like to play in the sand and swim? Yeah. Good job. So let's learn about some facts about Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach has festivals, amusement parks, and shopping malls. So, you can have lots of fun and shop all day at Myrtle. The Freestyle Music Park has roller coasters, music shows, and fireworks. Many visitors like to visit the golf. Many visitors like to golf at Myrtle Beach. So, what would be a sport or something that people go to Myrtle Beach for fun? Matthew? What would be a good sport that they would play at Myrtle Beach? After reading the sentence, what would you think? Take your time. It's not a rush. We could always look back up here. And we're talking about all the stuff that's in Myrtle Beach, such as the park, shopping malls, music park, fireworks, golf, festivals, all that good stuff. What would be a sport they would come for?
Let's see, and I used to be in the golf.
Golf, good job. So they would come to play golf. So they would come to play golf, but that's a game they would play, but they would also shop and stuff. All of those stuff. Thank you, Matthew. Okay.